So if you remember several episodes back, I kind of put out a call to the other block breakers to help decorate rooms in my castle. And another one just showed up the other day, and this one is by MikeCroakPhone. And check out this bedroom. This thing is amazing. This is so extravagant. Oh my god, there's so many details in here. At first my eyes wasn't even sure what to focus on, but once you kind of get a feel for what's going on, you got this beautiful, huge, I think that's bigger than a king size bed. It's an emperor size bed, that's right. This just looks awesome. He's got so many details. He's got this nice little couch here in front of the fireplace. And he did this cool little detail where he widened the fireplace. He even hid a little ender chest back there for storage. It's got this cool pot cooking over the fire. Oh man, all these little details. He put shutters on the windows so I could close them if I want some privacy. And that even has like a hidden crafting table if I need it. Oh, this is absolutely beautiful. In the closet, comes in here and there's an emergency gear set. So if I just step on this, I get a full set of diamond gear shot out onto my body, and then I have a bunch of tools here. So if I die unexpectedly and I need to go get my stuff, I just have to run in here and boom, boom, boom. 2 seconds later, I'm on my way out the door to get my stuff. That's incredible. He's got this cool desk and like a writing desk or a work desk here. And I love what he did with the floor. So the base floor is kind of this tile, but it's almost like this mismatch of throw rugs. You got like this nice blue throw rug here with the design in the center. And you got like a little green throw rug here and a green and blue one here to kind of tie those colors together. And then this, it's as if the floor has changed, but I almost want to make it look like, in my mind, it's almost like another rug. If you think about those area rugs with the big space, the fancy designs on them, that's what that kind of reminds me of. Because when you just see it out of the corner of your eye, that's what it looks like, and I think that's absolutely awesome. And the way he kind of did this kind of division in the room here, and then he changed the colors of the walls to make this study area a little bit different than the sleeping area and the lounging area. This is just incredible. The amount of detail that went into this is just phenomenal. Mike, this is just, I love it. This is crazy. Oh, man. And one thing I did notice here, this book that he left, he actually wrote a little book here, and there is a riddle in here. And it's called the Odyssey. Like the Odyssey, I guess. That's pretty awesome. I love the wordplay. So he's got this riddle in here. It says, "End light will guide you, and you will find, surely, a treasure thrown in the water. 8 times the X was marked, 7 perhaps, either times or both. 400 times you may travel. Surely the illager oath to protect it, utterly they failed. The frog swam and found, hidden, the vein of ages." So this is absolutely a riddle, and I'm too dumb to figure it out. But one thing Mike did was he has a video on his channel where he walked through building this room. And it's a really cool format. He did it like a long play format, so it's about 2 hours long. But it's just him going through the entire build process from start to finish, and it's really cool. Like, you can just see his creative process going, and you can see the room take shape, and you can see him try out things and then change that out for other things. And it's just a cool video to watch, to see this this creative process in action. So I'm definitely going to put a link to that video down in my description, and I encourage anyone who's watching this to go spend some time and watch that video. It's just really cool. And MikeCroakPhone, he's an awesome builder, and like I said, it's just really cool to see that creative process. But one thing he did was, at the end of his video, he actually explained this little riddle. And I'm glad he did, because like I said, I'm a little too dumb to figure it out. But basically, he had been exploring a little bit around here, I think looking for some resources, and he found hidden in a cave under some water where he swam, there was a copper vein. I have never found a vein yet in 1.18, and that is so cool. And he even gave a little bit of few clues in here. If you look at the first letter of these sentences, it says east, so basically go east. And he says 8 times X was marked, so that's about 800, the X coordinate. 7 perhaps, so it was between 7 and 800. Yeah, so I went and checked out those coordinates after finding his a solution to the riddle. And yep, down in a cave there's some water, and then there is a copper vein. So I'm going to have fun mining that out, and I'm so glad you found that. And that was a really cool way to lead me to it. I appreciate that. So MikeCroakPhone, thank you so much for making this room. I absolutely love it, and I love all the rooms so far that the other block breakers have created for me. And as they show up, I'm going to continue showing them off to you. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to show you, one other little detail. So this design in the rug, that's a lodestone. And he actually put a compass here on the wall over the bed. And that is called Oda's Castle, and that points to that lodestone. So if I ever wanted to, I could go exploring, and this thing will always point me back home. So that was just another nice little detail. See, I told you, he really paid attention to detail in this, and it shows, and I absolutely love it. So up here on the roof of my castle, in the corners, I wanted to put some siege weapons, or some, in this case, ballistas, so I can maybe hold off the hordes of zombies and pillagers. So I found an idea online that looked really cool, and I think it would fit the scale of this, and I tweaked it a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and build those right now. Okay, so I just realized that in my creative world, I don't have this built quite the same way. And this thing doesn't fit on this roof the way I thought it would. I just tried to build it, and I got about halfway through, and I realized that was the case. In my creative world, this wall is over more like here, and the back side of the ballista sticks out this way, and it would probably be sticking out about this far. So I'm going to try to move the ballista up closer to the end here, which might look funny, but we're going to give it a shot and see if that works. Let's see what that looks like. And let's see. Doesn't look great from this vantage point. So let's get up a little higher. Okay, I'm not completely loving that. I still feel like it looks a little too big. It looks like it's meant to shoot straight forward and never turn the other way. Let's see what it looks like coming in this way. All right, well, it's a cool build, but I think it's a little too big for my tower. And I'm going to have to come up with something that's a little bit smaller. And so let me go back to the drawing board and see if I can figure out a better design. Okay, so I just did a little redesign in Creative and made it a little bit smaller. It's still pretty much the same design, but it's a little bit smaller. And I think it actually still looks pretty good. So I'm going to go with this and see how this turns out. So this is going to start pretty much the same way. Where are my trapdoors? Here they are. Okay, so and this is only going to go back as far as here. I think that's as far back as it's going to go. All right. And then just 1, 2, and then just come in 1. 1. Okay. And we're just going to bring it that far. And we're going to attach these onto those. And let's see. Be able to get up there. Let's see if I bring the chain across. That. Let's see. This is only going to be 1 deep instead of 2. Okay. All right. This is looking okay. I think I'll still put these guys here for the support. Okay. My buttons are going to be here, like they're riveted into that. And this doesn't get a button because it's still just a half slab. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, and then I think it's just going to end there. And I'm not going to have the pulley in the back with the second chain because I think that was it was a little too much with this smaller design. I still need a handle for them to pull this thing down and aim it with. And I still need to be able to crank that chain back somehow. So, and let's see. I think this is looking better. All right. Put some signs on here. Okay, that button's going to have to go. Okay, let's see. The button's inside here. All right, I think that is the new design. It's smaller, but it fits on this roof, and it actually looks like it could pivot to be shot out that direction if it needed to. So let's take a look at what this looks like from a different angle. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. All right, I think that gets the job done. I think that gets the point across. That looks like a ballista. Looks like something some pillagers would not want to be staring down the barrel of, that's for sure. Excellent. All right. Well, I think I'll go ahead and get the other 3 built the same way, and we'll see how they look when they're done. Alright, so I think all 4 of these are done now, and I think they actually look pretty good. Again, it wasn't the original design I went with, but it still looks like the original design. It's just shrunk down a little bit, and it fits on the roof properly, and I think these look really good. So now that all 4 of them are here, let me just take a quick little flyby and see how they look. Let's see. Oh, nice. Yep. Perfect. I like those. Excellent. Success. Nice. And I went ahead and put one in the center there as well. Thought that would look pretty good in this open space. And let me see if I can land correctly. And there was one other little detail I did add to these. I stuck a trapdoor underneath these to make these arms look a little thicker, and I put a trapdoor here and here to kind of hide that grinder a little bit and hide that detail. So yeah, there we go. And once these ballistas were done, I wanted to continue just a little bit more with this theme of tower defense that I had going on the roof here. And I wanted to display some ammunition for the ballistas, and I played around with many different ideas. But the way everything has to be kind of just like one block, right? You can't make like a rack of them, and it was a little difficult. So I ended up with this, and I think it turned out pretty cool. It's supposed to look like a weapon rack, and it's holding the ammunition for the ballistas. So there's one near each ballista. I have this one here. This one for the center one, and of course that one for that corner, and then 2 more on the other side for the others. But I think the build came out pretty good. Like I said, I tried a lot of different ideas here, and this is what I came up with. Let me know what you think about this. I'm not completely sold on it, but I really couldn't come up with a better way to make these ammunitions, look like they're hanging on a rack or up against a wall. Another advantage to these is that they provide, they break easily too. That's a disadvantage. Oh, how do I get in there? I have to break my chains now. Okay, note to self, don't punch the tips of the ammunition. They are volatile. Let me fix that right there. and it's like nothing ever happened. As I was saying, these guys do provide light, so with the strategic light that I placed underneath the trapdoors and the ballistas, and including these guys, I pretty much eliminated all the torches that I had spammed around the roof. And so yeah, so the only external light now I have on this roof is one single lantern right here, just to provide. There was a few spaces in here that were still at 0 light level that I needed to take care of. And then after I did this, and I was like bent on getting the all the light levels down, I needed a little bit of light here on this corner, like on this this edge here, and I went with the pot of boiling oil. So that's a classic in castle defense movies and stuff, right? They have the pot of boiling oil that they dump over the side to drench their enemies in. And I thought this build came out pretty cool. You know, I got the tile, the deep slate tiles in here, so it's kind of darkened with the ash of the ever burning thing here. And in this pot, I used a gold pressure plate, but I wanted that to kind of look like it was, you know, boiling oil essentially, or some kind of goo that you wouldn't want raining down on you. So I thought that turned out pretty good, and I put another one on the other side. You might have seen it when I was walking around the other side there. But so that did two things. It added to the tower defense. It kind of helped protect this side wall a little bit. If we get pillagers or zombies trying to climb up the wall, we could always dump some of this onto their heads and clear them out. But it also gave me another light source right here to get all of the areas around here that were still in the dark lit up and spawn proof. Well, I think that about wraps up this episode. I'm so glad you decided to take some time out of your day today and spend it with me. I do appreciate that very much. Hope you enjoyed watching me build this ballista. I think one important aspect of Minecraft is that we all need to be willing to try new things and be willing to fail multiple times on our road to success. So I think this build came out really nice, and it took a few attempts. Please do remember to go check out MikeCroakPhone's video. I'm going to put a link to his video in my description, and I do encourage you to go take a watch on that. I think you really enjoy it, and it was really cool to see his creative process, like I had mentioned earlier. So please do go check that out. And until next time, you take care of yourself, okay? Bye-bye. Hey, you. Do you smell something cooking?